I think distribution of wealth is an important issue. And I think for sure, particularly coming up to a presidential election, there's going to be a lot of discussion on that topic and many others. And there are a number of other topics around taxes or policy that will continue to get debated. As we're focused on our clients and we're running our business, we don't really on a day-to-day basis listen to the discussion, but we're focused more on what the current policy parameters are and how the current policy parameters evolve. I think there's reason to think about distribution of wealth and how we bring more people along in our society. I think that's something we've been very focused on at the firm in a variety of ways. And I think it's important that corporations think about those issues. But I think we are coming into an election cycle. There'll be a lot of discussion. We'll obviously listen to that, but we're more focused on operating and giving our clients advice based on the current policy environment, not trying to imagine where things will be.
One of the big areas that people look at here is kind of closing that income gap and looking at raising taxes on the wealthy as the best way to do that. Do you agree that that is something that could improve the economy?
Important issues that I think it's important there's discussion and debate on, but over time, taking that discussion and the debate, and particularly the discussion and debate that's driven by political process to actually policy that makes sense and really does the right thing. I've got a lot of confidence in our system that when it comes to actually making policy, we'll drive policy that really serves us best in the long run.
Do you think that this ultimately becomes policy?
I'm not going to speculate on how the tax law changes and evolve, but I will notice that over many decades, we've had very few significant changes in tax policy. We've just had one. And so, like everyone else, I'll listen to the discussion, but we'll operate in the current policy environment and see what future policy change comes.
And you mentioned yesterday at another financial services conference that you believe that bankers will be increasingly targeted, in this election season. Why do you believe that, and is this redistribution of wealth kind of part of that?
Well, I think what I said was not that bankers would be targeted. I think that in the environment that we're in politically, banks, still fresh out of the financial crisis, 10 years is still a relatively short period of time, the narrative around the role that banks play in our society, which is a very, very important role around capital allocation, around lending to support businesses, create jobs, et cetera. I think the banking community can do a better job in talking about that and explaining that. But I do think in the electoral process, there will be certain components of those competing for office that will use that on their platform. Now, whether or not that converts to policy, I don't know, but I think it'll be part of the dialogue. And our job is to serve our clients and operate around that. But it's not something on a day-to-day basis we spend a lot of time thinking about.